Alright, update on FITFI. FITFI does not care about the bearish market moves today. FITFI is still moving up, and it's moving up very nicely since our last video. Now, there's a lot of bullish news circulating about FITFI. I mean, their social metrics have just been going through the roof. Their Twitter followers have been going through the roof. Everyone's excited about the staking coming tomorrow. This is why I think FITFI has been able to maintain all of this momentum. So congratulations if you did get in on FITFI at the same time as me. We are looking very nice right now. We're up approximately 33 to 32%. So this was definitely a successful trade. What I'm gonna do, even though I do not think we are coming down to these price targets, I am going to include a stop loss in my trade exactly down here at 55 cents. So I'll mark that as SL, I'll mark that as red. So you know, this is personally where I'd be looking to get liquidated from my trade in approximately a 10% profit. Yeah, basically exactly a 10% profit, because we got in at 50 and this is at 55, so it'd be a 10% profit. This is where I'd be looking to set my stop loss. Now, I do not think we're going down to these regions. However, I do make it kind of like something that I do, where when I do trade these altcoins, if they do go up an obnoxious amount, I always make sure I'm including a stop loss, just in case the market turns sour and we break back down, which wouldn't be too surprising. I mean, look at Bitcoin right now on the daily. We've got a huge bearish engulfing candle. In my opinion, really don't like to say this, it looks like Bitcoin wants to go down to 33,000. If we do close the daily candle below 37,600, in my opinion, it is pretty much a wrap. Now, why did this happen? Well, even though it doesn't involve FITFI, because FITFI does not care, the stock market opened today. It basically tumbled as soon as it opened. This meant that Bitcoin was tumbling after it. That meant that all your altcoins were tumbling. And for some reason, FITFI does not care. I mean, look at the right side of my screen and look at all the cryptos that I cover. You can see FITFI up 5% today. Everything else is red apart from this one random crypto, and it is red on this exchange. So I mean, depending on what exchange you want to look at, it might be red anyway. This was some other random crypto that is up today. Everything else is down. Bitcoin shorts is up, but that's not Bitcoin. That simply means the amount of people shorting Bitcoin is up. So everything is down, but FITFI just does not care. So what I said in yesterday's video still stands. We've got a lot of bullish things coming for FITFI. If you don't know, the KuCoin listing is pending. Everyone's talking about a Binance listing. I don't think it's confirmed. I don't think anyone's confirmed anything like that. However, people are already getting euphoric about the thought of something like that happening. And I understand. I think if this did get listed on Binance, it would have a crazy rally. A lot of people don't know this. This is listed on crypto.com. The last time I checked out the exchange metrics on how much volume is traded in exchanges, I think almost all of the volume, like well over like 60-65% of the volume traded was on OKX. But you can buy this on crypto.com, so you know that it is very easy to pick up some FITFI if you do have a couple of well, I think that's the only centralized exchange that it's on right now. But yeah, you don't have to go to a swap to buy this, so I'm surprised the market cap is still so low. So what did I say in yesterday's video? I said we have bullish news about the staking of the sneakers earning FITFI rewards. We were talking about the KuCoin listing that is coming, and also, you know, we're bullish. We're on these 1 hourly time frames, and we're making higher lows and higher highs. Even when we came down in the past hour, this was a higher low from here, and as you can see, we're still trading in these 1 hourly EMA ribbons. So I wouldn't get bearish at all until we break below these 1 hourly EMAs, and it seems kind of degenerative to do trading on this on the 1 hour. Like, I really don't like doing any trading on the 1 hour, but the fact of the matter is, how many of you would be willing to sit through a video with me analyzing this on the daily time frame? I mean, we don't have much to run off on the daily time frame, do we? And we come over to the 4 hour. I mean, it's pretty much the same. You can see your EMA ribbons, they've only just loaded in, but the uptrend is fully supported by these EMA ribbons. That is very nice. I do think we are going to continue to head up. Bear in mind though, like I said, I am including a stop loss in my trade. I do not expect us to come down this far. I don't expect us to come down and hit my stop loss at all. If we do, that would be about a 15 to 16% move to the downside from here for FITFI. I think we're just gearing up for that next move to the upside. Let's see what we've got going on here. So you can see we've got this resistance line currently in play, and this reminds me of what we did back here. You can see 1 hourly EMAs, or more specifically, look here, you can see we flipped bearish here on the 1 hourly EMAs, just like we flipped bearish here on the 1 hourly EMAs. We then broke back above them and went bullish. Here we broke back above them and went bullish. Here we had an uptrend supported by the 1 hourly EMAs until we topped out. Here we had an uptrend on the 1 hourly EMAs until at least so far we've topped out. And then you can see we have this descending trend line heading down, and every time we came into it we kept crashing and crashing and crashing our heads into it until we absolutely started to take off and leave the atmosphere for FITFI. I think something like that is going to be playing out in this instance, and I don't necessarily think it's going to take as long. You can also kind of see, because the previous all-time high was here, so you could also argue that we are trading in this triangle right now and building up momentum, consolidating, and we are going to have a big blow, in my opinion, by the 6th of May. When is the 6th of May? It's tomorrow morning. This means that probably when you're tucked in bed asleep, that FITFI is going to go boom, or it's going to go boom. I want to be prepared for both situations, so I am including a stop loss. Bear in mind, I am a big fan, or I don't want to say a big fan of FITFI, because these moved earns, they are basically all bubbles. Hype goes from one of them to the other. It was literally only like 2 or 3 weeks ago, every single person on my channel was like, we want GMT analysis, we want GMT analysis, what's going on with GMT. Everyone on my Discord wants to know what's going on with GMT. Now, what is everyone saying? Everyone's talking about selling their GMT for Ape and FITFI. This is what I mean. These moved earns move very, very quickly, and they can go from being in bullish favor with the community to people not caring about them anymore, because a new moved earn that looks cooler, that has better staking, has better NFTs, has better has a better Twitter following, has better social metrics, has a lower market cap, etc, etc, etc. There's a million and one different reasons for people to forget about all of these move to earns and move on to the next one. And I guarantee I'm going to be making the same video in a month or two's time, when we're going to be checking out a different move to earn, and at which point I imagine FITFI probably could have gone on a huge rally, and then we could be topping out, and we could be making analysis on a new move to earn that people are much more hyped on. Either way, like I said, it's a win-win situation for me at this point. We jumped in at 50 cent, worst comes to worst, we come down, I get stopped out in a 10% profit. Best case scenario, first of all, like I said, my first take profit is up here at 82 cent, my second take profit is up here at 95 cent. Now, from when we entered that trade, that would be a 64% increase and a 90% increase. So I would be selling about 25% of my position coming into the 82 cent, approximately 25%, let's call it 25, and then I would be selling 50% as we come up to the 95 cent. And because I would have walked away with, you know, a 64% and a 91% increase, I imagine that the rest of the 25% that I would have would be the bank's money, which basically just means it's a free trade. Like, if you invest $100 and, you know, your project goes up 2x and you take $100 profit, then you've got $100 still in the trade, you've got your $100 initial investment back, and that's what I call the bank's money. That's free money that you've just got to ride on a trade. And the reason I call it bank's money is because the banks just print money for free, so I mean, money is free, money is debt, blah 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 blah. But nonetheless, FITFI, hourly time frames, we're still kind of chilling in these EMA ribbons, we're consolidating in this triangle. Whether you're looking at the hourly, we are kind of running out of momentum, so I would imagine that we could potentially dip before we do pump, just like we did here with a couple of red candles. But nonetheless, as long as we don't move solidly below 63 cent, in my opinion, FITFI would be very, very bullish. And I mean, you could even delete this, because this is your 2.618 fib, so you could argue that we're consolidating. I mean, there's actually more touch points on this. You could argue that we're consolidating an even greater triangle pattern right here, with once again the same apex coming in tomorrow morning. Probably by the time you wake up in the morning, I think that FITFI is going to have a huge move. Now, I think it's going to the upside. I think 82 cent, 95 cent, and $1 are going to be in play. Bear in mind, the $1 target is not backed up by any Fibonacci. The 95 cent is my take profit region because I do look at front running the market. I recognize that $1 is a psychological level. I've seen this 1,000,001 different times with 1,000,001 different cryptos. For example, crypto.com, everyone and their nan was calling that this was going to go to $1. Where did it go to? It went to 97 cent and it topped out. So I plan on front running the market. I'm going to be selling at the 82 cent and the 95 cent, and then I would be holding the rest of it for higher price targets like $2, $3, at which point that would be free money that I'm running off at this moment in time. So like I said, selling 25% when we come into the 82 cent region, and I would be selling 50% as we come up to 95%. I haven't changed anything since the last video. These take profits I have got written down, but I don't have 50%. They're both 25%. I do think I am going to increase my sell position up to 50% when we do come up to 95 cent, in the hope that we do kind of top out, come down, and I can re-DCA of some of those profits before the next leg up. It's not going to be a straight line up. We're going to have dips. We're going to have troughs, or what is it? So you're going to have peaks and troughs, and it's going to keep on moving with peaks and troughs. So like I said, I think FITFI is very bullish. Everyone seems to keep their eyes on this right now. I would go with the social metrics and the momentum, and right now FITFI is winning the race by a mile. I've got my money where my mouth is. I'm in my trade. My stop loss is down here at 55 cent. I'm hoping for much higher price targets. That's all I've got for FITFI. As always, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.